Okay, so we've created this pivot table from our newly created trip column, and we're able to see not just which are our most popular start and end stations, but we're actually able to see the entire trip. So we're able to see that, for example, that it's specifically from Hamilton Park, this one over here, to the Grove Street Pass that is the most popular trip, even though Grove Street Pass is the most popular place to start from. And we can kind of play through this to see where people are going, but that seems to be the most popular trip. Now, in a later video, we'll actually play around with filtering some of this data, which is another option in our pivot table editor that we haven't yet played around with, which is filters, to be able to say, well, what time of day are all these trips taking place? Are they morning trips? Are they afternoon trips? Are they way home from work trips? To be able to get a little bit more. But really the focus of this video is going to be to start us off with charts. I think we need a little bit of a break from pivot tables and to make some nice visual representations of our data. And so we can actually make these charts straight from our main data set. Making them from the pivot tables will actually make it a little bit easier. So let's start with making a graphic representation of the most popular start stations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight columns E and F over here, or wherever your columns are. I'm going to highlight the start station name and the count so that we can make chart. And I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to choose Chart. Now, the nice thing is that it will often suggest the kind of chart it thinks I want. And here it's suggesting a bar chart with the bars on the side, but I happen to want a bar chart with bars. I want a column chart that has columns on the bottom. Not that it makes much of a difference. It's just the direction of the columns. And now what I could see is that this has opened up a chart editor for me here in the right-hand side. So the first thing I did personally is change the column chart type. This gives me my range. It tells me what's my x-axis, which is the start station name, and it gives me my series, which in this case is my y-axis, which is called count A of start station ID. And very important, I used row 1 as headers, and I've used column E as the labels, because in this case, these are all of my labels, and my column headers, it's not counting these two things in my chart. Now, I could customize my chart in a number of different ways, and you're welcome to play around. I can change the background color. I can change the font. I could change the chart border color. I could change the title. Let's say I say this is a silly title for my chart, and I want to say most popular start stations. So I could fix this from here. And then if I wanted, I could also change this. I don't want my series to say count A of start station ID. So I can actually literally just double click here and say number of trips. And here I have this. Now it's blocking my data, which isn't very helpful. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to copy my chart. And then I'm going to paste my chart here. And notice that I could move it around just by dragging. And then once I have it here, I can delete it. Once I have it here, I can delete it here. And now I have my separate chart space. And we'll play around with this chart a little bit more in the next video.